1,000. 38 clues have come and gone, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this 39th episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and thanks so much for joining me. Let's jump into the rules right away so we can get this game going. They're the same rules as always. If this is your first time playing, welcome in. If it's not, cheating is back. That's right, if you want to cheat, go right ahead. I won't tell anyone. Be my guest. In last week's spooky episode 38, I had 5 categories all about the Halloween holiday, but the Final Jeopardy category was Disney Mandela-ish effects. Now look, it's called Mandela-ish for a reason. Not all 5 of these clues are going to fit your definition of what a Mandela effect is. The category really has to do with Disney fans misremembering specific parts of their favorite films and movies. Anyway, that carries over into this game, and 4 brand new categories are headed your way. So what say you we check them out right now? Once again, Mandela-ish effects kicks things off. The second category, one of the most underrated films in Disney animation history, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Third category, oh, I'm so excited, the Mighty Ducks. Now, the reason it's taken me 39 episodes to get to a category about the Mighty Ducks is because I thought I was the only one who wanted a category about the Mighty Ducks. But thanks to all you fellow duck fanatics out there, you've been leaving comments and encouraging me to do it, so today's the day. On to the fourth category. It is your Disney Parks category of the week, Ride Vehicle. Shout out to Hannah and Shay, who gave me this lovely suggestion where I will show you a picture of a specific vehicle, and you'll have to name what attraction the picture is focused on. The fifth and final category, it's just a little Hocus Pocus. Yes, last week's episode I dropped the ball a bit by not including a Hocus Pocus category, but hey, we can celebrate Halloween over 2 weekends, right? That's right, the big 1993 film will be the focus of the final category you are quizzed on today in episode 39. Okay, with that, it is time for the easiest round of the game, the Cupcake Round. Each of these clues worth just 200 points each. Hopefully you go 5 for 5 and get 1,000 points under your belt. Let's take a look at the board and kick things off. Here comes your first Mandela-ish effect. The spelling of Cruella's last name. All right, the correct answer is D-E space V-I-L, like devil. Get it? Cruel devil. I don't know why I and a lot of other people have thought it was Devil. Maybe it has to do with her flamboyant personality, and Devil seems like it would fit her. But no, that's not right. It was never Cruella Devil. Instead, it's just Cruella Deville, without the, you know.
Cruella Deville, Cruella Deville.
We move on. Here comes your first clue from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Esmeralda's sidekick Jolly is this type of animal. Jolly is a goat, but not just any goat. He's a cool goat because he's got an earring. Third clue of the game comes from the Mighty Ducks, the legendary coach of the Ducks for the first 2 films in the series. He didn't want to coach the Ducks. He was forced to, thanks to community service. The correct answer is Gordon Bombay.
I hate hockey and I don't like kids.
It was supposed to be a pep talk.
Look, I'm sure this will be a real bonding experience. Maybe one day, one of you will even write a book about it in jail.
Funny.
Here comes your first ride vehicle for 200. Yep, I tried to blur out the logo, but it is a 200-point clue, so I didn't try that hard. What ride is this? The correct answer is the Incredicoaster at California Adventure. Here comes your final clue of the Cupcake Round. It belongs to Hocus Pocus. Winifred, Mary, and Sarah are the franchise's 3 main characters. The witches share this last name. They are the Sanderson sisters.
What kind of costumes are these? It's the Sanderson sisters, right?
I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest Hocus Pocus fan growing up, but once Disney added the Hocus Pocus show to the Halloween parties at Walt Disney World, I became a fan. I rewatched the movies, and I said, this is awesome. Hocus Pocus 2, not so much, but that's for another day. All right, hopefully you went 5 for 5 in the cupcake round. If not, fear not, here comes the second round. Each of these clues worth twice as much. We begin with Mandela Effects. Fill in the blanks. In Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen says, blank blank on the wall, who is the fairest? Blank blank blank. All right, quite frankly, you had two opportunities to screw this up. The first two spaces I always thought were mirror, mirror on the wall. That would be wrong. The correct answer for that portion of this answer is magic mirror. Yes, it's magic mirror on the wall. Then the second half, who is the fairest, blank, 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 I always thought was, who is the fairest of them all? That is wrong as well. The correct answer there is, who is the fairest one of all? So I completely butchered this. And I would have gotten this wrong had I not looked it up this week. So once again, the correct answer is magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
I don't know. It's a little Mandela-ish, you ask me. We move on to Hunchback for 400. After his mother is killed, baby Quasimodo is nearly murdered this way before the archdeacon steps in to stop Frollo. Guys, I rewatched Hunchback in anticipation for the game this week, and that thing is a masterpiece. Honestly, probably the most underrated Disney film outside of The Great Mouse Detective. It is so good, and Frollo is the evilest of the evil. Correct answer here is he was going to drown him in a well. All right, here comes Mighty Ducks' second clue. In D2, the best movie, the Ducks become Team USA and defeat this country in the gold medal game. Team USA, or the Mighty Ducks, are able to overcome the adversity of Team Iceland. Fun fact about Team Iceland, their best player, Gunnar Stahl, he happens to be the goalie in the third movie for the varsity team, and he's not playing the same character. So it's just the same actor playing two different characters, and I don't know what they were thinking, but whatever, fun fact. We move on to ride vehicles, second clue. I don't know if this is really a vehicle, it's more of a seat. Either way, can you name the ride? That belongs to Soarin'. Here comes the final clue from the second round. Once again, here's Hocus Pocus. Before being brought back in 1993, the Sanderson sisters had been gone for this many years. Well, the Salem witch trials, which were not folklore, they were actual terrible trials that prosecuted what people believed to be witches, took place in 1692 and 1693. The Sanderson sisters are hung in 1693, a la Clayton, and ultimately disappear for 300 years.
Tell me, Dumpling, what is the year?
1993.
Sisters, we have been gone 300 years. Well, Winnie, how time flies, huh? When you're dead.
10 clues down, 16 remain. Let's move on to the third round now, the 600-point round. Here's your first clue from Mandela Effects. The most famous line in Star Wars history, blank, I am your father. Not only is it the most famous line in Star Wars history, it's probably the most misquoted line in Star Wars history. A lot of people believe it is Luke, I am your father. No. Literally, no. It is no, I am your father.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
On to Hunchback now for 600. Esmeralda is able to claim this while inside Notre Dame, which prohibits her from being pursued by the law. She claims sanctuary. On to the third clue from the Ducks. Before becoming the Mighty Ducks, the team was known by this name in the original film. They didn't have jerseys, they didn't have equipment, and quite frankly, they basically didn't even have a name. They were simply known as District 5.
Swing,
Everman. It's hockey. There's no batter. Idiot.
Hum, goalie, goalie, hum, goalie, goalie, hum, goalie, goalie, hey, goalie, 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 save, goalie, goalie, goalie.
On to your third ride vehicle now, this one worth 600 points. This is a test seat for a specific attraction. What is it? That test seat is from Rockin' Roller Coaster. On to the final clue of the third round. Here's Hocus Pocus again. This is where the film takes place, a town that the Sanderson sisters swore revenge on. Well, I may have kind of revealed it in the last clue when I was talking about the Salem witch trials, but the correct answer is Salem, Massachusetts.
Hello, Salem! My name's Wilfred! What's yours?
Before we get to the 800-point round, I have to tell you about this brand new shirt we have with the different lands of the Magic Kingdom on it. I have to say, out of these, Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland's the best land. Let me know what you think is the best land in the Magic Kingdom in the comments below, and maybe we'll do a category on it soon. Okay, let's boost that difficulty a little bit. Here's 800-point clues. We start off with Mandela Effects. This is one of my favorite ones. The color of C-3PO's right leg, below the knee. Okay, this one blew my mind. The correct answer is silver.
Back in the day in episode 4, 3PO didn't have 2 gold legs. He had 1 silver shin. A lot of people didn't notice it, to such an extent that John Jay, the beloved stills photographer, he came up to him and said, Terence, why are you wearing a silver leg today? And I thought, oh, a blind cameraman, who knew?
I've got to rest before I fall apart.
I swear he had gold legs the entire time. And I swear he did. But apparently not. Apparently he's got a silver leg, a silver right calf, and he's always had one, and I just never noticed. But that seems a little Mandela-ish. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. A little Mandela-ish. At least for me. Here comes Hunchback for 800. While Quasimodo is hiding Phoebus under a table, he and Frollo enjoy snacking on this fruit. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have used the word enjoying, but the correct answer is grapes.
I think you're hiding something.
Oh, no, Master. There's
You're not eating, boy.
It's very good. Thank you.
We're on to the Ducks for 800. In D3, this former Duck walks into the locker room to announce he's been given a scholarship to play with his former teammates. Thanks to movie magic, he miraculously suits up and plays the next period for the team. The correct answer is Dean Portman, aka one of the Bash brothers. Alright, here's what's awesome about this. Dean Portman was always the biggest, baddest player on the Ducks in the second and third films, but Aaron Lohr, the guy who played Dean, was also the singing voice for Max Goof in a Goofy movie, and then he went on to sing and star in Rent, and then get engaged to Elsa, aka Idina Menzel. So basically what I'm saying is that Dean Portman and Elsa end up together. So everyone who's saying that Elsa's, still single, nope, she's got Dean Portman.
Look at this. She's a nice chick.
I ship it. Let's move on. Here comes ride vehicles for 8. Once again, less of a vehicle, more of a seat. Either way, what's the ride? The correct answer is Avatar Flight of Passage. Final clue of the 4th round belongs to Hocus Pocus. The name of Winifred's ex-boyfriend, who she summons as a zombie. That would be the insult-hurling Billy Butcherson.
Kill him! Do it now!
Wench! Trollop! You buck-toothed, mop-ride firefly from hell!
It is time for the most overly dramatic soundtrack-infused, unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game, the 1,000-point round. Hit it. Okay, guys, as you get ready to take on the most difficult part of the game, I have some news for you. Thanksgiving weekend, unfortunately, there will not be a Disney 100 Jeopardy episode. That's because I'll be releasing one on Thanksgiving. This way you can play with your friends and family on the holiday. I'll do my best to come up with Thanksgiving-ish categories. If you want to throw them in the comments below, by all means, because I have no idea where to start. But yes, we will have a episode on the Thursday. That is Thanksgiving. It'll come out right after the parade. So you can watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade if that's what you do, and then watch this, and then football. I'll kind of sandwich it right in between. Anyway, here comes the 1,000-point round. We start with a 1,000-point clue for Mandela-ish effects. Listen to the 2 audio clips and choose which one can be heard while watching The Little Mermaid. Okay, let me explain this a little better. I'm going to play you 2 clips, and I'll tell you now they're from part of your world, but only one of them you can actually hear while watching the film, the original animated film. One of them is not in the film, and one of the clips is in the film. You have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. This one blew my mind. Good luck.
Maybe there is something the matter with me. I just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
Okay, and now let's listen to the other clip.
I just don't see things the way he does. I don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
I'll play him once again for you. Here's clip number 1.
Maybe he's right. Maybe there is something the matter with me. I just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
And here's clip number 2.
I just don't see things the way he does. I don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
All right, which one's in the movie? Okay, so the correct answer is clip number 2.
I just don't see things the way he does. I don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad.
That's right, clip number 1 where she says, maybe he's right, maybe there is something the matter with me, and then scoffs.
Maybe he's right. Maybe there is something the matter with me.
Never happened in the movie, but here's where it's weird. It is in the soundtrack, so Jodie Benson kind of just added a line that never existed in the movie. In the soundtrack version, no. I don't think so. I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Look up live performances, too. She doesn't do what she does in the film. She does what she does in the soundtrack. I don't know. Just say it. I'm not going to 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 say it. Okay, here comes your final clue from Hunchback. The name of Phoebus's horse. Phoebus's horse is known as Achilles.
Achilles, sit. Whoa! Oh, dear, I'm sorry. Naughty horse. Naughty. He's just impossible. Really, I can't take him anywhere.
Ducks fly together. We do it one more time. Here comes your 1,000-point clue from the greatest sports franchise of all time. In the original film, Hans tells Gordon that the Ducks can make the playoffs thanks to the Panthers contracting this viral infection. Ah, yes, the Panthers contracted the measles.
The Ducks have a shot at the playoffs?
Sure. Everyone but the last two teams are in. Remember? Panthers got the measles, and they forfeited the season.
2 clues left on the board before Final Jeopardy. Here's your final ride vehicle. What ride is this a part of? Look closely at the back of the vehicle. The correct answer is Pinocchio's Daring Journey. And the final clue on the board brings us to Hocus Pocus. Early in the film, the sisters mistake a man dressed in a devil costume to be their master. As his wife throws them out of the house, she gives them this kind of candy bar. Trick or treat, the Sanderson sisters get Clark bars.
Oh, thou should not speak to master in such a manner.
They call me master.
Wait till you see what I'm gonna call you. Now, tart face, take your Clark bars and get out of my house.
So there you go, 25 clues down, 5 new categories have been erased, but 1 clue remains. And it comes from a category we have never done before, but it's been heavily requested. Let's see what it is as we determine if you'll be proud of yourself for the next 7 days. Here's your category. Mulan. That's right, the 1998 animated film will be the focus of one of the 5 categories next week. But for now, it's all about one final clue about that legendary movie. Make those wagers on how well you know Mulan. Okay, time is up. It's time to read the final clue of the game. At the end of Mulan's training montage, she manages to climb the pole and retrieve the arrow at the top. She does so with 2 weights, representing these 2 things wrapped around her wrists. Good luck. Okay, time is up. Man, the scene is so good. I can't wait to play a clip coming up here. But I don't know if you remember, Mulan was getting kicked out of the camp by Shang for lacking strength, but she makes up for it with some discipline. The correct answer is the 2 weights wrapped around her wrist represent strength and discipline.
This represents discipline. And this represents strength. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
Great song, great Disney song. Probably top 30, 20 maybe? Maybe even top 20 Disney song? I don't know. Either way, that's going to do it for this episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe, click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way you are notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. I'll see you this upcoming week for Inside 300, where I catch you up on Disney news in just 3 minutes. And then after that, next weekend, it's episode 40. Episode 40 of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Till then.
Bye-bye.